YOLO, my fellow human beings, and welcome to episode 53 of The Best Blessed Life. I'm your best host, Kristen, and today's topic is turkey again. Before we get started, I want to thank you all for watching. Please continue to watch, comment, share, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and please pass them on to anyone you think that they could help. With that being said, I did have a positive word of the day, and I forgot to write it down. It is comfort. And the definition that I had is, and you can go to my Instagram story, it's comfort, a state of physical ease and freedom from pain or constraint. You can go to my Instagram story at The Best Blessed Life, or you can find the positive word of the day on my Facebook story at Kristen Haas, KristinHass, 1 A, 2 S's, because I'm a pain. Okay, I'm going to go through the things we're doing today is the positive words from the weeks, since I didn't do one last week because of Thanksgiving. We're going to do a new segment called Dinner Done Differently. And I put next to it turkey tetrazzini with a question mark, and I'll get to that in a minute. And then I'm going to run through at the very end, hopefully, if I remember. Last week I didn't remember, or last time I didn't remember something. So my microphone is flipping over, so I don't want it to be covered. Okay. Hopefully I'll remember to do the stretches, but I'm just going to go through that original stretching routine that I did for you last year. Episode 24, I believe. You might want to double check that though. But for right now, I want to go through the positive words from the week. So we're starting with, let's see, where did I leave off for you guys? I do believe it was, Saturday the 13th. So I'm doing Sunday the 14th, which is Zenodaikiel, which is Greek meaning friendly to strangers. The 15th was empathy, the ability to identify and understand other people's emotions. 16 was baby, to operate or treat in a very careful or gentle way. 17th was genial, which is friendly and cheerful. 18th was Melorism, the belief that the world can be made better by human effort. The 19th was resolute, admirably purposeful, determined, and unwavering. The 20th was gratitude, a feeling of thankfulness and appreciation. The 21st was serenity, the state of being calm, peaceful, and untroubled. The 22nd was profound, the vast depths of the ocean or of the mind. Inventive was the 23rd, showing creativity or original thought. The 24th, which is precious, of great value, not to be wasted or treated carelessly. The 25th, which was Thursday, which was Thanksgiving, was centered, a place to come back to when life's challenges and emotions push you off balance. 26th is enthralled, generally being captivated, delighted, or taken by some particular thing. The 27th is balter, and it means to dance gracefully without particular art or skill, but perhaps with some enjoyment. I do that a lot. Contentment for the 28th, which means a peaceful ease of mind, being satisfied with what you have, happy. The 29th, which is rest, is cease work or movement in order to relax, refresh oneself, or recover strength. The 30th is dedicated, devoted to a task or purpose, having single-minded loyalty or integrity. The first was yesterday, which was cherish, protect, and care for someone lovingly. And of course, today was comfort. Okay, now, what do I mean by dinner done differently? That is what you're going to ask yourself, because today I have taken the general leftover turkey and kind of flipped it on its side, so to speak. I know y'all have heard of turkey tetrazzini, which is like a spaghetti dish with mushrooms and cream sauce, and yeah. Okay, and turkey, of course, or chicken. Chicken tetrazzini is another version. But I'm taking the man, oh man, I can't talk today. I'm taking the turkey tetrazzini and doing it differently. And I'm calling it turkey tetrazzini lasagna. Ah! Now, if I was ever confused before about how to go about some kind of flip of a recipe, today was the day where I just went, ugh, what do I do? So basically, I'm going to follow a basic lasagna recipe where they make the sauce because I need to make a sauce. But I'm using a lot of the fixings from a turkey tetrazzini dish. So when I talk about making my sauce for my dish, which would have been a pasta sauce if it were a lasagna, we're going to now make it a white sauce, and we're using our turkey in there along with a bunch of other little goodies. And I'm going to get, and mushrooms basically is going to be in the sauce. And I might have to cut the turkey smaller. I think I might, just so it's not overpowering. I do have a lot of turkey here, so I don't know if I'm going to need this much. It says that they use 1 pound of Italian sausage and 1 pound of ground beef. So I'm going to use whatever that comes to, because I can't weigh this. I mean, I could. I don't have a scale. And then obviously, I'm going to use some white button mushrooms that I've sliced up that I think I might make a little smaller as well. But this is also, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. I have no idea what I'm doing. So where it wants me to use olive oil in the original sauce, I'm now going to use butter. And pancetta was their call. I'm going to use bacon. And of course, I told you what I was replacing the Italian sausage and the ground beef with. I'm still using the 6 cloves of garlic that I've microplaned, and 1 cup of white onion, or yellow onion, sorry. And then for the tomato paste, I'm going to use a cream of chicken soup. And and then it also calls for beef stock, which of course I'm going to use chicken. And it also calls for sugar, which I'm not going to need. Fresh parsley and fresh oregano. I did not have a fresh oregano, so I'm going to use dried. So I don't need as much as it says, and salt and pepper to taste. The one thing I forgot to get out was the parsley. I hope to God this sign doesn't fall on my head like it likes to. Okay. I'm a little concerned. My head is just dangling over. All right. So yeah, here's the parsley I need. Okay. So, like I said, never kind of flipped a recipe like this before. I'm not saying that somebody hasn't done it somewhere and I just didn't see what I wanted to see. And so, of course, you're going to be replacing the spaghetti you would be using for tetrazzini with lasagna noodles. And then it calls for, it also called for some wine, a cup of dry red wine. So I'm going to use a dry white wine. We're not white wine drinkers by any means, so I have what I have. I don't even know if it's a cup. But are you guys ready? I'm a little nervous, I have to say. All right. I also have my oven preheating at 350, and I have a 13 by 9 inch baking dish sprayed. So in my large saucepan here, I'm going to get this going. Not too high. It says medium high, but because I'm using butter and not olive oil, I want to keep it a little bit lower because butter burns at a higher temperature. But how much? It was 2 tablespoons, so I'm using 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going straight. A lot of the measurements are going to be the straight, what it says they're using, but I'm going to use what I'm using, if that makes sense. So 2 tablespoons of butter. I know it seems crazy to even use butter when you're adding bacon, but I do believe I'm going to get some flavor from the butter that I wouldn't get from the bacon, and I'm also getting creaminess from the butter that I'm not going to get from the bacon. So I want to get this kind of melted before I put the bacon in here. And then, of course, the next thing that's going to go in, or what the next thing she wants to have go in, and I say she because I always follow somebody's recipe off Pinterest. And today it's the best homemade lasagna recipe by Baker by Nature. And I'm trying to keep it moving because the recipe keeps freezing, so I panic a little bit. Okay, so we're going to add the oil and the bacon and cook it for about 2 minutes. Now, my bacon is already pre-cooked, so I think that's helpful. If you had to cook the bacon separately, it might take longer than a couple minutes. I shouldn't have mixed the bacon with the onions on the same plate, but I was trying to be... I'm my own sous chef, so I have to find the simplest way to prep. Now, the filling is probably going to be very similar to lasagna filling, just the ricotta, because the ricotta is going to take the place of the sour cream or the Greek yogurt I would have used in the turkey tetrazzini. And had I thought about it, I would have used Greek yogurt in this recipe too. But silly me, I accidentally bought... I can't find a spoon I'm looking for. I accidentally bought ricotta the last week instead of sour cream. Yeah, believe it or not, they're right next to each other. All right, I think I need to turn it up a little bit. I'm not even sizzling yet. All right. So we're going to get those going. It says for 2 to 3 minutes or until browned, but of course we're already browned technically. I just need to get some heat on this pan. Come on. Seriously. I guess I needed it a little higher than I thought. Okay, and then once we do that, we add the sausage and the beef. So that is going to be our turkey and our mushrooms. Okay. And there's no measurements on this. I bought a pound or 8 ounces of button mushrooms and cut them myself. And this, I just have no idea how much this is going to be. So bear with me while we work this stuff out, because I think I'm going to want to chop it a little bit smaller, just because I don't know that we're going to want big, huge chunks of turkey, whereas, you know, ground beef is all like pretty chopped up. So I had it pretty, like, I just went through and just kind of minced it almost. Shredded it. That's usually what they do for turkey tetrazzini, is shred it. But I just went through my bag of turkey slices. Oh, the dog gets a treat now. Come here, bud. There's a piece of treat on the floor for you back over here. So we're getting somewhere. We're starting to sizzle a little bit. And I think I want to get the mushrooms in there because... Are you not going to come get it? I know you're blind now, so maybe you can't see it. All right. I don't know. Let me start with that much turkey just to be on the safe side. There's a little bit of dark meat in here, which is nice. Most of it's white meat, so I want to make sure that I'm adding as much oil and such as possible. Okay. And then I'm trying to see. I know they'll shrink a little bit, but all right, I'm just going to go for it. So the mushrooms. Okay. And then the turkey. And that might be not enough. Let me see here. Okay, get that stirred up. And then it says to do what? Okay, so they're taking their meat from raw, and I am not. So I'm moving on to adding the garlic and the onion. And I chopped up about half of a medium to large. Might need a little more butter too. And 6 cloves of garlic. And that's going to go in there. Come on. Okay. Wish me luck on this, guys. I'm literally flying by the seat of my pants on this. And yeah, our pan is a little dry. It's absorbed a lot of, because turkey is a pretty, let me add a couple more tablespoons of butter. And then if it still doesn't work, we will add some oil, which I really don't want to do, because I really think we're going to get the creaminess from the butter. All right, there we go. I mean, that turkey just sucked it right up, because it has been cooked before, so maybe this won't take us quite as long to cook, because her prep time was 45 minutes. But we want to get these mushrooms a little golden. I have some jarred mushrooms that I was thinking about using as well. And I think what I want to do is get these mushrooms a little more browned, and then I might add a little bit of that mushroom juice, because I do want, it's just seem a little on the dry side right now, even with that butter. It hasn't melted yet, I get it, but I really don't want to add oil. Okay. It says cook for 6 to 8 minutes or until onion has softened and it's almost translucent, and then we stir in our tomato paste, which is going to be our cream of chicken soup. Now it says to add 3 tablespoons, but I think I'm going to add a good portion of the can, because some of the stuff that they add, I feel like this is going to take the place of for a couple different things. All right, so let's get this working. It's a nice pull top. Okay. Okay, so like I said, we're going to take about half the can. 1, 2. 2 good blobs. And this is going to give us some. Okay, so there's our tomato paste. Whoop! As I flick everything everywhere. Okay, and then what do I need to add? Okay, add in the wine. All right. And that was a cup of wine. Yeah, let's get this kind of all incorporated here. Are you scared yet? I'm a little scared. Okay, all right. We kind of got all the turkey coated, so it's not going to hopefully dry out. I hate to keep using air quotes, but all right. So now, I think what I want to do is, let's see, smell how dry this is. Pretty dry. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I don't think I want to add a whole cup. I just don't know. I think it would be too much. So I think I'm going to add a half a cup. Just, okay. Get that going. Oh, liquid. I love the sound of liquid. Now, I wish I would have browned my mushrooms a little more, to be honest. So hopefully once this wine cooks off, I hope I get to let it cook off. Yeah, cook for about 5 minutes. Okay. So, yeah. Nice Thanksgiving. Peyton was able to come home. Jordan was not. He had Thanksgiving with relatives, so that was great. Thank you again, Bob and Jocelyn, for hosting my boy. I know he appreciates it. I'm liking it so far, guys. Now, again, this is all experimental because I actually Pinterested. Again, sorry about the quotes. I Pinterested Tetrazzini lasagna. And I do think maybe something came up, but I don't remember. Okay, so after we get this cooked for about 5 minutes, it wants us to add, oh wait, I'm stirring in the stock next. So, how much of stock was it? Half cup? Half a cup. Okay, so I think I might add a little more than a half a cup because I didn't add as much wine as I was supposed to, if you know what I mean. And again, let's turn this down now. Oh yeah, let's turn it way down. I think our chicken stock needs to get in here before our wine starts to do nasty things. So I'm going to probably do almost a cup of chicken stock, chicken broth, whatever it is. All right, we'll pour that in there. I didn't wait the 5 minutes. I realize that now, but I also felt like my stuff was going to burn if I didn't. It smells really good so far, but again, we haven't done much. Let's see. And crushed tomatoes. Well, I've already put in the mushrooms. I think what I'll do is put in a little bit of the canned or the jarred mushrooms, I mean, and a little bit of their liquor, so to speak, because it smells very mushroomy. Wow, these are some dark mushrooms. I hope they're okay. Let's taste one, right? Better say. Now I'm a little nervous. I don't know. It's a weird color. I hope I didn't just ruin my sauce. I mean, it tastes okay. But you know what I did think of too, now that I opened this? I have one open. So I'm even more upset with myself because I do believe I have somewhere. Yep. Oh, sorry guys. Put that one in there for now. And I'm gonna mince these more. And I think I'm gonna add a little. I mean, it smells the same. So I guess I'm a little delusional. I don't know what that sidestepping was. I can't begin to tell you. So this new segment of mine that I've come up with, I don't really need all this, is something to do with taking boring everyday leftovers or meals, and I know a lot of people have pulled, something like this before, and I'm going to mince them up, I think. I just think it needed to be maybe revamped. And again, I'm not saying I have created anything somebody has not created before, but I want to get little minced onions in there. Okay. I think we're cooking pretty nicely over there. All right, so this is going to be whatever tomatoes, diced tomatoes. So we got two kinds of mushrooms in there now. I mean, essentially, we have fresh and jarred. Okay. All right, I think we're done with those two things for now. Actually, these three things for now. We stir. Okay. Yes, I do like that. Again, This says to cook it for like 40 minutes, but I think we're going to have to reduce ours a little bit. It's not tomato based, it's more cream based. So I get a little nervous, if you know what I mean. All right, so I think the next thing we were supposed to add, bring sauce to a boil and then continue. No, 40 minutes is way too long. All right, and then we're going to add our parsley, which I'm going to chop up while I'm waiting. Whoa! My sign's going to fall down. Sorry, guys. I'm going to take it down so you can see my dirty toaster oven. I'm going to rinse this off. I think I might be adding a little bit more turkey, too. Because I want to think of it as turkey tetrazzini, and I feel like right now, I'm not sure that I'm getting that vibe, but, you know, you never know. Save a little bit, and I'll make a turkey salad. I don't know. Is that a thing? It is. No. And the nice thing about throwing this stuff in is that it's cooked already, so I don't have to worry about contaminating the cooked with the uncooked. So that kind of was nice to be able to do. And I do have quite a bit of sauce in there, so I feel like I kind of need the turkey to soak up some of it. All right, so I might need to thin it out a little bit with some more chicken stock too. Okay. So how do you guys switch up your your boring leftovers? It's still supposed to be a sauce, so I got to remember that. And I still want to thicken it up with a little more of this too, I think. This is my thickener instead of flour. All right. I'm going to get this good and cooked. Now, I kind of want to think of this, and I am not boiling my noodles, the other thing. I have going to probably need some extra bit of liquid so that the it cooks the noodles as well. You know what? I only have one more spoonful left, really, so that was a whole can by now. I might just pour the chicken stock in there if I need to add more, which I might. Because if I think about needing to cook my noodles, then I would definitely need more of a liquefied sauce than just big chunks of turkey and mushroom, which is what we love about turkey tetrazzini, right? All right, so I didn't add the cream of mushroom soup to this because I felt like that might be too much mushroom in here, but I definitely think it'll be a nice addition to the filling. So that is what we're going to do next. Okay, so the filling called for 16 ounces of ricotta, which I have in this bowl. Ricotta. Probably have a little bit more than 16 ounces, but... And then it also called for, I'm skipping ahead here, just making this so I can have it set aside. Oh, I forgot my Parmesan cheese, which is another major important factor. You stay sign. Don't forget about our challenges, guys. Okay, is Parmesan cheese. Now, she uses Fontina in hers, and that is probably more of a shout out to lasagna. But again, we're making turkey tetrazzini based. So I got to remember how much cheese it was. And I don't want to over 5 ounces. That's a lot. That's a little more than half a cup, right? All right. Don't ask me why I just sniffed that. I have no clue. But I used something wet in here, so I want to wipe it out. All right. we're going to go with a little bit of parm, maybe half a cup. Oh, and I know what else I was going to add. Mozzarella. Stay. I open this cautiously because I fear, and I got 2 different kinds of mozzarella because 1, I can, and 2, they had a lasagna recipe blend, and then they had mozzarella. So I think I'm going to put the lasagna recipe blend in, and I'm actually going to dump some of this back because I don't want it to be too salty. So I think I would probably cut down on the salt too. I haven't added any yet. So I think my motivating factor for not adding any was the fact that I was using parm for some of this. All right. So this has mozzarella, provolone, Asiago, Parmesan Romano, and Fontina. So it's going to have quite the plethora. And it's like the thinner shreds. So that's a nice handful. Okay. And then we're going to dump our parm. Maybe a little less, because I am putting parm in another part of it, I think. Or was I changing my mind about that? I might have been. I was going to put parm on the top, too. All right, so it was 16 ounces of ricotta, and then I did the parm and the lasagna blend of shredded cheese. We're mixing that up. And then we also add 1 egg, 1 whole egg, and 1 egg yolk. Okay. And then this is going to be where we add our cream of mushroom soup, I think. So let's get this all mixed together. And they added a little bit of seasoning to this. Theirs was nutmeg, which I would not do for this. Let me stir here. So I am doing a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of oregano into our filling here. Once we get it all stirred together. Okay. All right. Now the measurements on the cream of, I don't know why I keep cutting myself off the camera here. Now the measurements for the cream of mushroom. Maybe a little more parm. Are going to be interesting. Because I don't know. I don't know how much to add. All right, and I think I'm done with, no, I need this parm for the top, so I'll just leave that out. Okay, where is my, oh, it's got egg on it, never mind. All right. Okay. Now the nice thing about cream of mushroom soup is that it's already pretty thick because it's condensed. And I felt the need to incorporate something Tetrazzini-like into the filling part. So that is why I added the mushroom soup here. Because like I said, I felt like I had enough mushrooms in the actual sauce. Now, will I regret probably not adding enough mushroom soup? Yeah, probably. But you also got to remember we're adding a little bit of garlic powder. Let's just shimmy shake. No measurements on that. And then again, they wanted just maybe a half a teaspoon. I don't know. I'm just gently coating the top with it. Okay. Oop. Oh no. Are you freaking kidding me? There we go. All right. I think we're going to have a decent sauce. I might need to add more chicken broth. But I'm not mad at it. I am, however, mad that I keep bumping this and losing my recipe. Because you a stinker. Stinkity dinka. All right. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, and of course, my recipe is now impossible to find. Are ya messing with me today? I swear it is. It is. It is. Where are you, please? There it is. Ugh. I thought I was going to have to call out the... All right. I think I want to turn this down even more because I really feel like we could be about ready to assemble. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. You want to jump? So focused on this recipe and how nervous I was. Let's see. Did we add everything? No. We got to add our parsley. Our oregano's going in here as well. I just want to be gentle with it. I don't want to overpower it. I just really feel like it's more of a garlicky thing than an Italian thing. And I like adding different layers of garlic. I know I've talked to you guys about this before, how it is important to not just add fresh garlic, but some kind of granulated. Okay, I need salt. Just a little bit. If you think about it, turkey is pretty a basic empty plain canvas, and it needs all the oomph it can get. All right. Yeah, we're on low here. I still feel like we could use some chicken stock. I have not kept track, so to be honest, I'm a little flustered with myself about that. We used a half a cup, and then we used some mushrooms liquid as well, so we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. There's a little more chicken soup in there. Fingers crossed this works out. If nothing else, it'll be a delicious mess. I'll be a delicious mess. Okay. So, I'm trying to think if we need to add... What's up, pumpkin butt? I'm just talking to my dog. There is something on the floor for if you want to go look. All right. So, I think I'm done with that. I've used almost the whole can of mushroom soup. Okay. I do feel like parm sometimes goes into this recipe or the sauce, but I don't know. I feel like if I have enough in the filling. All right. It also wants me to, and I'm stealing some of my bunny's parsley, add some. That could have been a disaster. Oh, no extra charge for the grass. Rinse. Okay. And we're going to do a quick just run through. Said a couple tablespoons, so I would say that's probably about. Those are some thick stems. Either that or could be my knife is kind of sucky too. Okay. Now keep in mind, I'm cutting on the same board as my turkey, but my turkey was cooked. So don't panic. And my cutting board was clean, pretty much clean before that. I don't know if I want to add this much. We'll see. So we're going to stir that in. I just stepped on your fun treat over here. Some of these stems are a little thick, so I'm trying to avoid getting too much of that in there. All right, so let's stir that in. Come on. Maybe I should have made it the parsley bits a little bit smaller. Does add a good bit of color. Okay, let me rinse off my hand. All right, now, this is a moment of truth. Do we add everything we're going to add to the sauce? Oh, I know I was going to add a little bit of Dijon mustard, because apparently that's called for in turkey tetrazzini, but I do not recall that. So it's going to be a very quick little spritz, like a whoop, like that. And then the other thing I was going to add that is turkey tetrazzini related was some milk. But I didn't want the sauce to be too creamy, so I was going to wait to see if I needed it. I don't know, to be honest. I feel like I still need more chicken stock. I do like what that did. All right. So, I don't know, maybe a little more wine? Again, flying by the seat of my pants here, people. And I don't want it to be whiny. Okay. All right. So we're going to let that kind of get married there. Maybe a little. Parm, because I feel like parm goes into the turkey tetrazzini sauce. I feel like it kind of pulls it all together a little bit. All right, so we're going to do a couple more shakes of the parm over top, which probably works out to be a couple tablespoons, teaspoons, tablespoon, a tablespoon. Sorry, I'm trying to get my mess out of the way here, and I'm just making more of a mess. Okay, so we're going to stir that in. So again, you shouldn't add as much salt because of the Parmesan cheese, not only in this, but it's going to go on the top, and it's also going to be in the filling. It's also in the filling, sorry. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, this is pretty much gone too. I would say there's probably maybe a couple more tablespoons, but okay, I'm trying to clean up a little bit here so I can figure out. And then we're just going to make some canned biscuits with some garlic butter on the top. Doesn't that sound fun? Okay, this recipe required 15 lasagna noodles. I don't know why 15, but we shall see how it goes. And now the thing is to build, right? So we did the meat, did that. Okay, we're supposed to let it slightly cool before we start using it, so we'll turn it off. Not really going to have that much chance to cool, but I will move it over. Okay. Did that. Place a long sheet of parchment. No, we're not cooking our noodles either. I did mention that, I think. All right, I just need to know. Okay. Oh, $3.75. My apologies, people. Yeah, don't you love that sound? Okay, my casserole dish is lightly greased. I'm going to pour 1 cup of meat sauce on the bottom of the casserole. Okay. And I think that I'm using my meat sauce while it's still warm because I'm going to scoop it over here because I have a feeling I will drip it everywhere. And I think I'm going to be able to use it as my, what do I want to say? A way to cook my noodles since I'm not cooking them. All right, so we're going to spread that out. Goes across the whole bottom. It all nice. Ooh, that smells really good, you guys. Okay. All right, so we have a nice little meat layer. That was what we were supposed to do. Now I'm going to bring this back over here. Okay. Then layer 5 noodles on top of the sauce. Which I'm trying to figure out how that's going to work because it doesn't look like 5 noodles would fit. Okay, so 1. So this is probably going to be 3 layers if I'm using 15, right? I get it. It's going to kind of be, and then I need 1 for the bottom. You found it! Was that good? I know it wasn't very big. And I'm just going to break my noodle a little bit for the bottom. Because again, I'm off camera. I'm not cooking my noodles. So they are just barely fitting in there. Okay. Then, okay, top with 3/4 of a cup of ricotta filling. Okay, that was it, bud. You got it all. Okay. So I'm going to say probably just in here. Okay, so I can start I'm going to plop that. Plop it. Plop it, plop it, plop it, plop it. Ish. And again, I probably used a little bit more than of the ricotta. Okay. Okay. Get that down in there. Come on. Keeps moving on me. Okay. A little more. Spread it around. Okay. Okay. This guy does not want to stay in there. So we're going to push him in there. I'm going to be brutal. Okay. Then what? And 1.5 cups of sauce. I don't think I have 1.5 cups of sauce. We're just going to do what we think to be sauce. So 1, 2, okay. All right, that should be pretty decent. We'll spread that around, get it in a nice even layer. Okay, put this guy back because my countertop, if you could see my countertop right now. Okay. 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, which we already added to the filling, but I'm just going to do a shaky shake, and it's in the turkey itself, so we'll just do a quick sprinkle. Repeat 2 more times. Okay. So we're going to serve. You know what? I think I'm going to alternate the end that I put the shorty piece on, so maybe it will help get these guys to stick down a little better. Yep. Okay. And is there a shorty one in here? Of course not. We'll just break off that part. Oh, I did much better on that one. Again, what is wrong with me? Okay. All right, so we repeat. We're going to do a cup of the ricotta-ish mixture. Okay. Yeah. Just spread it around. You know, my offset spatula would probably be really helpful with this, but I don't really feel like getting anything else dirty. Okay, I could probably use a little more scoopage. Get it good and spread out. All right, so I got that spread out, and then it's a cup and a half of the sauce. Spread it out. Please, Lordy, Lordy, let me have enough sauce. All right. I'm a little nervous. All right, so let's spread this out. I think I gypped this layer a little bit. Okay, come on, get in there. I need it in all the cracks and crevices here. Let me grab another little. A little bit to get in on the sides here. All right, and then, the parm. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Okay. And then round 3. So I have 1, 2. Luckily, I bought another box. Okay. Oh no, they're different. They're different boogers. And they're smaller. Yowza. Oh well. When you're eating it, you're not going to know, right? Oh my gosh, are those thick-ass noodles. There we go. Let me get little bits of it in there to fill in the cracks, so to speak. Okay. All right, and then the last bit of oh no, wait a minute. I'm not going to get I don't know if this is what they meant. Was I supposed to get I don't know now. Because it feels like I was supposed to stop here. Because there shouldn't have been any more ricotta, right? I don't know. Get in there. I don't know. I don't know. I'll just make it the way I did the other 2 layers, I guess. I don't know that everybody finishes up with the layer of ricotta on the top, though, for lasagna. I feel like I don't, but it's been a long time since I've made lasagna of any kind. And the last time I made it, I think it was even turkey. Like turkey veggie. Like ground turkey. And it was more of the pasta based, you know. Okay. All right, so that's gone. And then we take the last of the sauce and pour it over top. Pray to God you have close to enough as I'm flicking it everywhere and my wrist is about to break. Holy moly. That pan is so freaking heavy. Okay, so now we're going to push all this around. Going to get you in all the cracks and the crevices. And I think what I'm going to do, because I'm a little worried about the liquid since I didn't boil my noodles, I'm going to pour, I know this is ballsy, but I'm going to pour chicken stock around the entire edge of it, kind of. Okay? So, just so that the noodles get enough of the, oh, just realized I didn't have enough sauce moved over this way. And I have a lot more of it moved over that way. Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to do a little, like pouring of the, little bit around. Want it down into the sides. Okay. And then, and I did that before I added the, okay, the mozzarella cheese, because I also feel like that is going to incorporate a lot of, oh man, I made a mess in here today. All right. Okay, why is my thing? Okay. Top and add the remaining sauce and mozzarella cheese. Well, I added ricotta too, so mine's a little back-asswards. I think I was only supposed to put it between the first, but that's not how she stated it, so I'm going to kind of blame her a little bit. So this is just straight mozz on the top that I'm doing. And it's a little bit bigger shaving because, I don't know, I feel like it melts nicer when it's a little bit thicker shreds. Oy. Okay. We're going to need those stretches. Now, this is going to take about an hour and a half. I'm going to check it after about an hour just to see where we're at, because I think her recipe is going to take a little bit longer because she cooked her meat, so I don't know that plays so much. But her sauce, I'm going to guess, is a little bit runnier than mine. And, yeah. I want a decent amount of cheese on the top. Is this healthy? No. Could we make it healthier? Yeah. But I mean, it is lasagna, and it is leftover turkey that we're trying to. So I feel like at least the turkey makes it a little bit healthier. And now the advantage of not having, I did put butter in there, so that's not healthy. I mean, it's healthier than a lot of the fake stuff. All right. And then we're supposed, oh no, I don't have aluminum foil. All right. So we're going to have to cook it because I think we used the rest of the aluminum foil for something else. I think I'm just going to throw some parchment paper on there because at least then it wouldn't stick to it and it won't brown it. It won't get it too. Okay, cover and bake for 30 minutes. And then it says to uncover it. So I think I'm just going to use it like a lid, really. And the nice thing about parchment paper is that it's oven safe, from what I recall. I want to make sure. Caution, No, that's not what I need to caution about. I know, wait, let's see. It says withstands temperatures up to 400 degrees. But do not allow the parchment to touch an open flame, which we're not going to do. We're just lightly placing it on the top. All right, guys. She's going in. I'm a little nervous. So this is only cooking for about 50 minutes. I thought it was longer for some reason. Boy, my pan is so freaking heavy. Okay, guys. Well, the first 30 minutes are underway. I'm going to take a pause for the cause, so to speak. I'm going to get cleaned up, and I'm going to come back in time to not only see where we're at with our dish, but I'm also going to do the stretches at that point too. So we'll go through those. Since we kind of been standing and working on our feet, it'll be a nice thing to do to pay ourselves back for working so hard. So I shall see you guys in 30 minutes. All right, guys. Well, while we're waiting, I decided that we got about 7 or 8 minutes. I would do the stretching portion now. And although I just let my dog out, so I'm sure he'll be barking for me shortly. But I thought I would do the stretching portion now so that when we're done baking, we can just go on about our day. I'm not going to be able to sample it because it's not dinner time. I will try a little bit. I'm just kidding. I'm sure that it's going to turn out just great. Are you excited? I know I am. I know I am. All right, so here we go. All right, so we're going to do some stretches. I got to figure out which way to go. Okay, so when you've been standing, as long as we've been standing, all right, go lay down. You find that your body gets sore. So the best thing to do is stretch it out, make it feel better, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our arm across our body, we're going to lower the shoulder, and we're going to bring that arm in and kind of give it a nice big hug. You want to keep this arm that's out to the side pretty straight. So the object is to kind of lock this elbow in with this elbow. Okay, and you should feel a nice long stretch across the back of your arm and around your neck a little bit. And the more you feel the stretch, if you feel like loosening it up or tightening it up, do so, but gently. Hold it 5-10 seconds. You're going to bring that straight arm up and over, kind of patting yourself on the back. And you're going to grab that elbow with your other arm, and we're going to tip. I like to tip because you can stretch out your side that way, as well as the back of your arm. All right. Now we're going to repeat that on the other side. So arm straight across, drop the shoulder, bring that elbow in. You should feel that stretch all on your neck, across the top of your shoulder, a little bit in your shoulder blade, or kind of the back part of, like in here, if you can see my hand. Okay, then you're going to reach up, over, pat yourself on the back, gently grab, and tip to the opposite side of the arm that's being stretched. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to reach up like we're climbing a rope, side to side. Reach, 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 reach. Now we're going to gently take one wrist with the other hand and gently pull the arm gently to the side, stretching out the spine. Come on up. Go ahead and grab, gently pull, tip over, stretch out that side. So nice. All right, then we're going to come up and we're going to put our arms out palms facing you right now. So away from the wall. Behind you. Then you're going to turn your palms, right? And you're going to do a little bit of a bounce, nothing drastic. And then you're going to grasp your hands behind your back and gently pull. Now, if you can stand a little pull away from your body, like that, or gently just pull straight down, you should be able, as you pull your arms away from your body, you should be able to feel like the stretch go up from here and come kind of all the way up this way, the more you can get up. I haven't stretched in a while, so I feel like that's going to take a little bit of an effort. All right, and then if you want to keep your arms locked, you can gently take your feet a good distance apart. My feet are a good distance wider than my hips. And then you're going to take your arms, keep them here if you want, or you can just let them dangle, and you're just going to let your body kind of fold in half like a rag doll. You're not trying to reach your feet, because if you can't, it's not the point of this exercise, or this stretch, if you will. It's just to take all the pressure off the upper half of your body. So if you just let yourself dangle like that, releasing the neck muscles as well, just kind of letting it all just be floppy like this. That's the goal, okay? So if you can touch your toes, it's not really the point of this. And then you're going to slowly roll up, a little bit at a time. Keep your knees bent. We're not trying to stretch the back of our legs just yet. You're just going to slowly roll it up. Bring them a little close, your feet a little closer together, more hip distance apart. Sorry. All right, and then what you're going to do is you want your both feet facing forward. They're hip distance apart, so they're even with your hips. Okay? You're going to take one foot out in front of you, kind of diagonally. And you're going to put your foot, your toe up in the air, kind of like you're pressing on a gas pedal. So your foot should kind of look like this. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pull it back like that. And if you can, then you're going to sink in. So you should feel a stretch in your inner thigh. Such a good stretch. And you should have this base leg. The knee should be bent and the hip should be out to the side. So I was originally like this, and then I went off to the side like that. My foot's still up in the air. And if you can, reach for your toe. That'll help stretch all the way up the back of your leg. Hold that for a couple seconds, and then we're going to switch sides. So both feet forward, hip distance apart. You're going to take that foot out in front of you, kind of like you're pressing on a gas pedal, right? You're going to sink in. So you're pushing your butt out to the side, and you're bending the base leg, the knee. You're bending it just a hair. And then you're going to take this hand, and if you can, reach for your toe, and gently pull back. And you should feel that stretch come all the way up your leg. And I like to do, that means our first round is done. Okay, I also like to take my feet hip distance apart. I missed one, to be honest. And you're going to lean, so you're going to bend. Bend one leg. So I'm bending the right leg. The booty goes out, and the other leg is straight, off to the side. You should feel an inner stretch in there. Come up, and then do the same thing on the other side. Holy moly, that is so awesome. I do that twice on both sides. So back to the right, get that leg all stretched out. Okay, come up, do the other leg. Very nice. All right, we're going to take a quick break while I check in our lasagna. These are the refrigerator biscuits that I made. Not made. That I put on a pan that I'm going to make. Is what I'm saying. And I'm going to, at the end of the cooking time, put a little garlic butter. Let's see how we're doing. So, ooh, it's stuck a little bit. Oh no! For sure. Okay, we need a knife. I need a knife. Can't lose my cheese. Okay, so if you're doing this recipe, make sure you've got aluminum foil. Boy, does it look good though, guys. Holy moly. I'm going to bring it over to you for just one quick second. This has got to go in for like another 20 minutes. Oh! Okay. It's just clock. I hope those noodles are going to be cooked. Timer 20. Okay. All right. So what we're doing, we're stretching. Back to the side to side. The other one I like to do, and you might want to take your shoes off for this, is to grab your foot from the back. So like this, and bring, your knees should be side by, whoop, it almost fell over. I haven't done this one in a while later. Your knees should be side by side. Your hip should be aligned with your knee as much as possible. Yeah, so the two knees should be as close together as possible, but if you need more of a balance, bring your knee out. Just try not to bring it out too far. Now we're going to do the other side. That feels so good. Okay. And then I would say the last stretch is just rolling the shoulders back. Right? And then rounding them forward, really trying to pull the shoulder blades apart, getting those elbows to kind of bring the shoulders apart. I know that sounds crazy, but yes, separating them as much as possible, right? And then you want to do a nice big circle. Oh, that feels amazing. And I did that all without my microphone on, so hopefully you heard me. It's sitting on the counter. All right, guys, so we got about 18 minutes left before we're done. Fingers crossed. So I'm going to pause the calls again, and I'll be back when it's hopefully finished. All right, guys, so as we get finished up here, we got about, I don't know, like 5 minutes left. So we're going to get that out. But in the meantime, I'm going to put my canned biscuits in now. And what I have in this little saucepan is just butter and some garlic powder. Yes, I said garlic powder. I'm going to just slide these in. They're supposed to cook 13 to 17 minutes, which I feel is like a vast difference. But in the last 5 minutes, so I'm going to add time to this once I take the lasagna out. He's looking for more stuff. In the last 5 minutes of making the biscuits, I'm going to spread this garlic butter on the tops, hopefully. All right, I think it's pretty melted. That's what's nice about doing it in a saucepan, is that you can do the spreading of the with the brush. It's so much easier to do it in a pan. Watch out, bud. I'm just going to brush it on once they're done. I think I'm going to cook them about 15 minutes. Actually, I'm going to cook them less than that, because I actually have my oven 25 degrees hotter for the lasagna. So they're actually cooking at a higher temperature, so they shouldn't take as long. Fingers crossed. Hope you liked the stretches. I'm going to get more into that too. Try and give you some daily ones to work on. Child's pose is always great. There's a few that really stretch out your hips, and I feel a lot, because we're sitting more, is key for taking care of yourself and your posture and making sure that even if you're sitting on a couch, you're not like, and I do it all the time and I have to readjust myself. So those are things I'm going to go over hopefully with you. And every once in a while, I'll give you a really unhealthy dinner to eat. I hope this works out, guys. I'm really excited, but I'm also a little nervous. I'm sitting here enjoying a eggnog latte. I am an Oberweis eggnog freak. You cannot give me any other kind of eggnog anymore. It tastes like melted ice cream. It is so freaking good. And it's so thick, and I put it in I have a Keurig that has a frother thingy on it. And I put it in there. And it doesn't really foam too much, but it just heats it up a little bit and gives it a little bit of a foam. Oh, so good. Oh, I should remember to put like cinnamon on it. I was going to say nutmeg, but I do not like nutmeg. Cinnamon, I'm a cinnamon gal through and through. All right, so we got 1 minute left on here, and I'm going to just sneak a little piece because I don't want to take any, because it's really not dinner time, and I don't really want to take any yet. But I also want to try it in front of you all, so you don't think I'm poisoning you or something. I'm telling you, she's pretty beautiful. I mean, she's pretty freaking heavy, too. It doesn't help that this pan, is pretty much heavy on its own. I'm going to move my biscuits up, and they got about 11 more minutes. Oh, well, that'll work. Okay. I'm so worried the noodles aren't cooked. That's going to be the only factor here that's going to bug me, I think. Oh, no. Nope. I'm trying to get... Oh my gosh. I'm 2 for 2 now. Oh, by the way, I have a review from the girl who I made the chocolate zucchini bread for. Now, when I told my daughter when she got home from school for Thanksgiving, I said, "Did you see the text that I sent you that says, I asked her if she liked the bread, and she said, yes, it's really good. And I said, well, there's a secret ingredient in there. And I don't think she saw that text because I asked her when she got home. She's like, what is it? And I told her it was baby food. And she started laughing her ass off. I said, are you going to tell your roommate what was in there? Because I really need a good response from making it or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to tell her. And she goes, her roommate said it was a great idea. Her whole family loved it. I'm so happy it worked out. It's so good. And somebody had asked me a question on YouTube that I had not mentioned the amount of or the ratio that I replaced for the actual zucchini. The actual zucchini recipe called for 1.5 cups of grated zucchini with the liquid still in there. And what I did was I equally replaced that 1.5 cups of zucchini with 1.5 cups of zucchini baby food that had apple, banana, pear, spinach, and pumpkin? No. Carrot. Sorry. Could use a little more Parmesan cheese. That's the only thing. I didn't put it on the top when I was baking it like I was supposed to, because I figured I put so much on the inside that I was worried it was going to be too much. Plus with the bacon, but I think it's required. So I'm trying to get my Parmesan. It's a little stuck. I mean, feel free to replace your parm with real. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, and now I just cleaned this oven the other day. Now I got big clumps of Parmesan on there that I don't want. You stinker. Okay. All right, so I hope y'all will try this. I'm going to cover it back up now. I'm just going to have it rest on the top. So not too much heat gets out. Because it's really only lunchtime. But I don't want to say that I nailed the Tetrazzini flavor. I feel like there could have been a little bit more, and I'm not sure that little bit more of what. And it could be just the parm, and it could just be a salt factor because I was playing it safe. I figured that it was better to play it safe than worry about over salting, because you can't. I mean, if it was a soup or a stew, you could drop a peeled potato in there and it would suck up some of the salt, but how would you get it out of there? Especially when it's in so many different components. And I have not had a full bite either. So I feel like I got the ricotta, and the sauce mixture and the noodle and the bacon and the turkey, but I don't feel like I got a full bite, and I want to savor that for later. But and I will take a picture of it for you when I cut it out. And I'm just waiting for these rolls to be ready to come out. Actually, I could probably do that right now real quick. I'm going to show you what I do, or what I've done before. I don't know. I think this recipe just calls for a garlic bread type thing, but I had biscuits, and I kind of like a good refrigerator biscuit. They make awesome donuts, cinnamon sugar donuts. They're amazing. So, and now that I have an air fryer, I wish I would have saved them for that, actually. All right, so they're not quite browned yet. I'm going to just slap this on the top. Let it drizzle down the side. This is probably not even a whole, this is not even half a stick. But not that shy of a half a stick, I'm going to say. And quite a bit of garlic powder, not garlic salt. You only use garlic salt if you're cooking, and I really don't even use it then. I still like garlic or granulated garlic or garlic powder better. I like to season the salting part. Salt the seasoning part. Anyway, I like to do that part myself because I feel like everybody has a different salt factor. And some people can't have a lot of salt either. So it's kind of nice that you don't completely load it up. Especially since the lasagna itself could potentially have a good amount of sodium. All right, we're almost done. We're in the home stretch. I've got grease all over this thing. Okay. Good amount of garlic butter. All right, now I'm going to put this in here. And the nice thing is I got most of my mess cleaned up already. Ooh. Yeah, I just touched the pan with the freaking bare hand. Good thing I have asbestos fingers, though. For the most part. All right. So I'm going to say we need about 7 minutes I don't know if that's true or not. I'll keep an eye on them. But other than that, guys, we're done. Sorry it took so long. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you give it a try. Let me know what different things you experiment with. I look forward to hearing from you all. And I want to say, have a good day. Go do great things. Be your best self. And please live your best, blessed life. Thanks for watching. Bye.